You're not lazy. You're overpriced to start. The cost feels high, so your brain buys the cheaper thing, a few seconds of relief. That trade looks harmless now and drains you later. Procrastination isn't a character flaw. It's a bad deal. Short-term comfort for long-term stress. Change the deal, and your body cooperates. Right now you ask motivation to open a door queuing with resistance. Of course you stall. Your brain is a friction detector. It picks the path with less effort, not the path with better outcomes. So stop arguing with feelings and start moving the friction. When the first step is tiny and visible, you move. When the first step is vague and heavy, you scroll. Here's the reframe. Every delay is like hitting snooze on a loan. Interest grows quietly. You pay with guilt, rush, lost trust in yourself. The opposite is also true. Every tiny start pays you back with momentum, clarity, and a calmer mind. You don't need a heroic mood. You need a smaller doorway. Let's kill a few myths. I need motivation to start. No. Action produces motivation. A body in motion generates the feeling you're waiting for. Start microscopic, and the emotion follows. If it won't be perfect, non vale a pena. False. Imperfect volume beats perfect zero. Rough drafts teach. Doing badly today beats planning beautifully forever. Eu preciso de tempo livre de 1 hora. You don't. You need a block you can actually protect. 10 minutes done daily outperform 2 hours that never arrive. So what do? You run a low-friction system I call the minimum pilot. It's not pretty. It's not inspiring. It works. Start within 2 minutes. When your start time arrives, do something you can complete in under 120 seconds. Open the file, put on your shoes, launch the IDE, place the book on the table, and read the first sentence out loud. Do not negotiate. Negotiation is a trap disguised as thinking. Do the easiest part first. Break the task on paper. Pick the fragment with no resistance. Write the title. Name the folder. Outline 3 bullet points. Commit to the stupidly obvious, because obvious gets done. Work inside a 10-minute window. Set a timer. Do 10 focused minutes. Permission to stop after. That permission is not weakness. It's the release valve that lets you begin. Often you'll continue. If not, you still win. Starts compound. Keep one thing active. One task in focus. Up to 3 tiny subtasks parked on a side list. No tab hopping. Context switching steals the exact energy you're trying to save. Close small. At the end of the window save, mark 1 check and write the very next micro step you'll do tomorrow. Make tomorrow's doorway visible while you still remember where it is. Turn intention into a plan with if-then. If it's the hour I set and I think I'm not in the mood, then I open the file and type 3 lines. No feelings debate, just the contingency. Feelings are allowed in the room, they don't get the wheel. Now the excuses because they will show up dressed as logic. Estou cansado. Exactly why the step is tiny. 2 minutes tired beat 0 minutes rested. Não tenho tempo. You have 10 minutes somewhere. Cut 1 scroll loop and you found it. Não sei por onde começar. Start by opening the thing and making 1 ugly line. Clarity lives on the other side of action, not the other way around. Eu já falhei antes. Today isn't a verdict on your past. It's a vote for your future. Vote small and often. Eu não sou disciplinado. Discipline is evidence you collect, not an identity you wait to receive. Collect 2 minutes of evidence. Here's a quick story. Alex used to wait for the right moment to study. Evenings disappeared into distractions and guilt. He set an alarm for the same time daily. When it rang, he opened the PDF and read 1 paragraph. He set a 10-minute timer. If he wanted to stop, he stopped without shame. He kept a simple calendar and crossed each day he showed up. A few evenings later, the paragraph turned into a page, the page into a section. His anxiety dropped because the work was no longer a monster. It was a small daily visit, nothing romantic. Just starts that stacked. That's the pattern you're building, evidence over identity. You don't need to become a new person to act. You act in tiny ways until your brain admits, okay, this is what we do. Momentum isn't an emotion. It's the memory of recent wins. Make consistency easy. Pre-stage your tools. Keep the book on the table, the project pinned, the shoes by the door, the notes open to the next line. Remove one decision. Protect a boring, repeatable start time. Boring wins. Reward small. When you finish the window, stand, breathe, drink water, short stretch, quick note of progress. Not a treat that derails your day. Just a signal to your brain. Starting feels safe. Track visibly. A cheap calendar with X's works. Don't obsess over streaks. Protect them. If you miss, do not spiral. Do a 2-minute recovery the next day and mark it. The skill is not never miss. The skill is restart fast. Expect resistance. It never disappears. It just gets lighter when you keep your system simple. Some days 2 minutes will be all you have. That still counts. A small win today makes a medium win tomorrow more likely. This is compound behavior. You're growing a bias toward beginning. Also expect your mind to sell you smart-sounding delays. Research a better method first. Wait until the weekend. Smile at that voice. Say, nice try. Then start the timer.
If your environment is loud, lower the bar further. 1 paragraph, 3 lines of code, 1 slide outline, a single email sentence. The point is to make the starting line so close you can't miss it. If you feel overwhelmed, shrink the target. You don't need to finish the project. You need to finish the next 2 minutes. Big outcomes are just many tiny finishes hiding under one name.
If fear of failure blocks you, rename the session. Call it a draft. Call it practice. Call it a lap. You don't fail laps. You complete laps. You'll clean it later when the engine is warm. If perfectionism attacks, set a bad-on-purpose goal for the first minute. Give yourself permission to write the worst possible opener, the clumsiest sketch, the messiest outline. Bad is the bridge to good. If comparison drains you, close the apps. Your work is not a race against strangers. It's a series of small agreements with yourself. Keep those, and you'll be fine. Here's the hard truth. No one is coming. There's no rescue. But that's not depressing. It's freeing. If no one is coming, you can stop waiting. You can move now. You are one decision away from a different day. Not a different life overnight. A different day repeated until it becomes a different life. Choose the smallest step. Put it on the calendar. Treat it like a promise. Let the minutes do the heavy lifting. Consistency is the quiet superpower most people ignore because it isn't flashy. Let them ignore it. You'll use it. You don't need to win the day. You need to win the first minute that decides whether you start. That is the only battlefield that matters for you right now. Start tiny. Repeat. Let the identity follow the evidence. Do this now. Pick one task that matters, set a 2-minute timer, open the file, and type 3 lines. When the timer ends, decide whether you want to continue. If yes, ride the wave. If no, you still collected proof that you show up. Tomorrow will be easier. Stop waiting for a mood. Build a doorway you can step through. 2 minutes, then 10, then whatever comes next. That's how you turn laziness into progress. Not with speeches, with starts.